Hello, my darlings. Welcome to a daily short kiss, a special daily short kiss. It might be a little bit of a daily longer kiss. Rather than the daily shorts today, I am going to do a 5-planet alignment reading for you as this is happening right now. So we have Mars and Venus and Jupiter and Uranus and Mercury all in alignment. And to be in alignment means, as you know, to be in line with your purpose, your goals, to be in balance with, to be in harmony with the effectively you as the universe in terms of your life's desires, your meaning, your purpose. So I thought it was a really lovely time to do you an alignment reading, to do myself an alignment reading as well, because as I give, I receive. And I'm going to use my Divine Animals Oracle to do that. And then I feel I'm going to use, I'm not sure, maybe the mystical tarot, or maybe an affirmation for you. This is for all star signs. This is for those that most need to hear this message. And we're going to start, my darling, with Mars, because Mars is all about action and desire and protection. It's about doing what's right for you from an aspect of self-love that is setting healthy boundaries. So it's sort of, it's about, in this time, what can you do to thrive as opposed to simply survive as well. So thank you for Mars. Which divine animal wishes to come out? Thank you, Spirit. You have got the hyena, fear. So fear. Fear is something that stops us in our tracks. Fear is a feeling that fills us with dread. Fear is preparing for failure, not success. So when we focus on the worry, when we focus on the outcome not being as we would wish and desire it for being, we actually are preparing for it. So Spirit is encouraging you to turn fear into feeling excited and ready, to turn the, oh, what if, into the, oh, what if, because there is great power in facing fear with a conviction and a courage. And there is something rather magical about courage. There is a magic ingredient in courage. There's a magic formula in courage that when we face something that we fear, it sort of falls away. It's the law of non-resistance, and because we're not giving energy, that we're not fueling that fear, we are fueled by faith, and it literally becomes an illusion and falls away. So Spirit is encouraging you at this time within this alignment to think about fear, to think about the fact that worry actually is pretty much a waste of time, and that most things that we worry about don't come to that fruition that we thought they would, but there is an element within there if we are constantly focusing on preparing for failure, not preparing for success. So be curious about what's up ahead. You know, like these little cubs in this card, they're curious. They may have a little bit of fear as they go. All animals in nature have a little bit of, let's call it fear, but is it fear or is it survival instinct? And so it's about being and having a keen awareness and a keen curiosity at this time, but not fearing any outcome. Spirit is asking you not to fear, to put aside the fear. Okay, so and to know as well that all things can feel fearful if we remain within a space that is very, very comfortable. We become more and more fearful if we don't get out and about, and if we don't try new things. It's a little bit like when you have a new puppy, don't you? You're meant to socialize them with as many people as possible in order to encourage them to become more and more climatized and to embrace the newness as exciting and an opportunity and a chance to wag their tail and say hello. But if we didn't encourage them to step out of their little bubble, their comfort zone, then they would remain fearful. So there is that element to play here. Let's see for Venus, which is about desire and balance and harmony, what your spirit animal is today. Thank you at this time. And fear does fall away, doesn't it? It's an extraordinary thing. It falls away when we face it. It falls away because it has no power. It has no hold over us when we step forward with courage, when we step forward wholeheartedly with a nurturing grace and a nurturing understanding and a desire to move through it. It just disintegrates. It dissolves and disintegrates. It is because we're not resisting it anymore. It becomes non-resistant. It's that law of non-resistance. It becomes non-resistant. So we're blessing it, and it just disappears. So in terms of Venus, desire, balance, and harmony, you have got the shark, which is, again, whenever I see the shark, it says here the word purpose. You are a brave, peaceful, courageous warrior. Okay, you may be very misunderstood by many others. You may have a way about you that others sometimes are a little bit nervous of, and a lot of that nervousness can come from misunderstanding. And if you are in a very different energetic realm and very different energetic space, you're in a different energetic stance of understanding the universe and how it works, and your concepts, your perceptions are different, then people will be wary, because they can see and appreciate and respect the way with which you navigate yourself through life, and your sonar-like ability to get straight to the point of things and to see the bigger picture. But they won't understand it, and they also understand your comfortableness being in that space and that energy, but again, they won't be able to understand that. So it creates fear in others because it is misunderstood. So it's something to think about in terms of perhaps the reaction sometimes you have with others, maybe people that you're very close to, family that you're very close to, friends that you're very close to, that as you're making a shift and change in your life and your vibration is changing, there is more and more misunderstandings between you and others. And it's just something to observe, because you have, my darling, within your desires and within you seeking harmony in your life and balance in your life, you have created and are continuing to create some really quite extraordinary boundaries now with people. And there is great power in you moving forward like this extraordinary shark, moving forward, understanding that there is an element of surprise all the time in your life right now, and that there is nothing to fear. And that's interesting why the fear card has come up for you, because I feel that there is deeply rooted within you still an aspect, and this, as I read for you, I'm receiving as well, there's deeply rooted within us, I'm going to say, that elemental aspect of fear that has been such a part of our conditioning for so long, and we can label it in many, many, many different ways. But this is a really beautiful time to encourage ourselves to really remain, both through our thoughts and the spoken word and our clear intentions and actions, to remain faithful to that power that is greater than us, and to remain faithful and fearless at this time, because there is a huge advantage to being this peaceful warrior. And also, as the shark, not, because we get those things called the loan sharks. This is not that. This is about not wanting or desiring more than you need. It is about a beautiful balance and harmony in your life. And there is abundance there for you as the shark. And there is an understanding that that abundance is there for you. It's there on your command. It's there because the universe is an infinite supply of that abundance. But you won't take more than you need. And I feel that there is a generosity. There's a generosity of spirit within perhaps a misunderstanding that some people have of you. There is this big heart, and people have talked about, and some people I don't think I'm quite ready to go in with sharks, but those that have and that understand them and understand their nature have talked about how misunderstood they are. So let's have a look at Jupiter, which is about success and prosperity and optimism at this time. Thank you, Spirit. Well, look at this, a lot of water here because we had water as well we've got song lines, orca, okay, that's come out for you, which is wonderful. This is the killer whale alongside the shark with your life's purpose, you having an absolute beautiful spot on instinct for it. And there was also water in this card with the fear card here with the water hole. And sorry, thank you, Spirit is reminding me, that's why I went back to this card, that in venturing out and venturing forth and stepping out of your comfort zone, you are going to come into areas where, yes, there can be what you might perceive to be fearful things, but this watering hole actually is a very peaceful community. The animals come together and there is rarely a conflict there, and it is a gathering community of very different characteristics. So what Spirit is saying is, if you can overcome your fear and go and play by this water hole, go and step out, go where you feel the desire and need to go, the thirst to go, put it that way. Emotionally, where are you desiring to go? Emotions of energy, emotion represented by water. Then others will gather there. Others will gather there, which will be of interest. Be curious about who you're going to meet when you do things that you really desire to do, because you're going to meet a whole variety, a whole community of people that you wouldn't otherwise have done if you hadn't gone to the waterhole, if you hadn't followed the desire of what it is that you're feeling you need to do and you want to do and you're driven to do by your life purpose. And thank you. And there are dolphins in this card as well. So I'm just seeing, in fact, there's more than that in this shark card with a purpose. You've got sharks here swimming with dolphins. You've got, I think, a sea turtle as well. This is all happening at your natural pace, my darling. And Spirit's reminding you with the dolphins to don't forget to have fun with it. Don't forget to play at it. Don't let it become too much of hard work for you in your driven purpose as a peaceful warrior, as a message giver, as whatever it is, my darling, that you are doing with your life that is so rewarding for yourself and in harmony with yourself and in alignment with who you are. Don't forget, you're meant to have fun with it. So song lines, orca has come out. So this is number 30, by the way, which is the first number I'm starting to see. And so 3 is about growth here, and 30 is like that 3 layers of growth, 3 cycles of growth that you may have gone through. So this card, my darling, is about this is about you transcending now. This is about how you're using your words wisely. It's about communication. It's about intelligence. And we have song lines. I'm so sorry. Do you know what? We're going to do Mercury next. So this is what Mercury is about. It's about your intelligence. It's about your communication at this time, my darling. And it's about what you are coming up and away from. And I like to see this card here. So Mercury, the orca whales, again, there's so much that's been recorded on the whales. We've got the movies, the Free Willy movies. There is, again, a sensitivity and sometimes a misunderstanding. There's also, with the whales that's coming through for me, is that if we are like any animal held in captivity, then we wither, we die, we're surviving, not thriving. So this is a message that don't let the limitations of your mind hold you in captivity. Don't also let the power, don't misuse words, okay? Don't let them hold you in a space of restriction. Our words, I cannot enforce enough the power of the spoken word. how much it is a life force energy that is driving things for us. The words, our thoughts, our words, how we talk about ourselves, how we talk about others, how we talk about our circumstances. Spells, their spellings, they send out a vibration, a strong, resonant vibration. And they don't just get sent out, they come back in various forms. So don't talk about what you don't want to happen. Don't focus on any form of failure. Because I feel that you within this space of communicating and coming up and away from whatever situation that you may feel is keeping you a little bit trapped at this time. This is the song lines. Think about, and I'm not sure what song lines are, but maybe they're very similar to ley lines. There is information that's been sent out. There is a what I'm feeling with this, that there is it's like the vibrational harmony of the tune that you are singing at this time. And sing the song, sing the vibration that you want to send out, that you want to hear, that you want to receive back again, my darling. And because I feel that a lot of the conflicts that you're feeling are coming through because of not perhaps being careful about the conversations that you're having, either with others or with yourselves. And, reminding yourself that the word is a extraordinary, powerful, vibrational force that you can either use in your favor as your command, or it will be used against you. So it's very interesting. And I have, through truly embracing and trusting and having complete faith in the understanding of words and vibration, you can change I have experienced myself how you can change your circumstances by changing the words that you're speaking. Whatever you put after I am sets your vibrational stance. So make them count. Thoughts count, words count. Don't throw them away on focusing on experiences that are either in the past or in the future that are destructive, focusing on failure as opposed to success. Don't speak yourself into the experience. Transcend yourself above the experience by speaking with utter faith what it is that you are desiring to come out of this, and to have utter faith in that as well. So that was for Mercury. Let's look at Jupiter, which is, my darlings, optimism, success, and generosity. And I wish I could say that I knew all of these planets and all of their meanings, but I don't. I am also learning from that aspect. But this is what I understand that Jupiter is about. I also feel that is this right, that Jupiter is also about manifestations. So optimism, success, and generosity. Thank you for Jupiter. What do you wish to say from these cards? Oh my goodness. One. Oh, that flew out for you. That's interesting. So we have got kindness. Isn't that lovely? So this is about Jupiter's about optimism, success, and generosity. And we have got the fruit bat, or the flying fox. So the fruit bat is about, obviously, it's almost like about minding our own business. Sometimes the kindest thing to do is to mind our own business, to kind of wrap our wings around ourselves, to not pay heed, to not pay attention, to not get involved in things. It's about also seeing things from, desiring and wishing to see things from another perspective, even though it might be a lot harder to do so. To to understand that actually kindness is not just shown through what we might consider kind actions and kind thoughts and kind deeds. Kindness is also a consideration of perhaps we may not understand why another or ourselves is behaving in a certain way, but we have the kindness that comes through the consideration that there is a reason. And it is the understanding. We can see the underside of where we're standing in our truth. And it is to say, I have no strong opinion. I choose and I'm open. Let there be other opinions that can come through to me that I'm willing to receive so that I can fully understand this matter. And that is the generosity of spirit as well. It is to view everything through the eyes of infinite intelligence, infinite awareness, divine source wisdom, the soul, God, the gift of divinity, whatever you want to call it, my darling. And it's not always easy to do that, especially when we are very sometimes focused on a powerful opinion, a strong opinion, powerful convictions about something. But when we hold on to those convictions, that unless we recognize they've come through from source energy, that it is something that is coming through from a place of unconditional love, then we're not allowing the real truth to come in, and we're grasping, we're holding on to the situation. We're not letting go, we're not loosening our hold. And it's almost like, this is why it's saying here, the flying fox, then the solution can't fly in for us, because the fox represents a solution. And holding on and not loosening means the solution can't come in, because in Latin, solution means to loosen. So you have to kind of say, do you know what, I'm open to giving the gift of the doubt, just to see what will happen. And there are many types, this is with the fruit bat, there are many gifts of something coming to fruition for you if you maintain your optimism, a positive outlook, a positive mindset, that although you don't know anything about a situation, it will have you don't know all about a situation, it will have a successful outcome if you consider and you allow yourself to constantly look to evolve different perceptions about it. And success comes in many forms spiritually. So what may be considered a failure from the ego standpoint is actually very successful from the spiritual standpoint. A lesson has been learned, something has been released, someone is feeling freer and lighter, whatever it may mean. It's always an amazing idea to look for the fruitful outcome of something, to look for the gift in seeing it from a different perspective. And doesn't the richness of life and the feeling of joy doesn't come from what we have or strong opinions that we hold. It comes from the powerful feelings we hold within us that are of peace, that are of relief sometimes. How powerful is that feeling of relief in letting go of something and in not wishing to affect, to force anything? That is in the moment recognition of what happiness is, of what being in alignment is. And I think that is the message here that comes through, that we're also being very kind to ourselves when we loosen our grip, when we look to see another perspective on a situation. Because my goodness, isn't it boring to go through life, to always have a very strong feeling about somebody or something, to not allow other things to come in and change that? I'm sorry about one of my little dogs snoring. She's very at peace with life. So I suppose it's being kind, isn't it? Being kind, being open, understanding also in kindness here, I suppose, is she feeding the bat? here. So it's about perhaps the law of cause and effect in this situation, the optimism that you're giving out, the generosity of heart that you're giving out is only going to return 100-fold for you. That is the law of cause and effect. It's the law of correspondence. What you give out has inherently within it a consequence, either what we might consider good or bad. It's the law of karma. So that's a very beautiful message here. Let's have a look at the last card, which is Uranus, which is progression, enlightenment, and independence. Thank you. And we have reliability with the goat. So even though reliability, even though you may feel that progression is sometimes slower than you may wish and desire for it to be, Spirit is saying that what you are doing at the moment is a progression that is, it's reliable. What does reliable mean? You can lean on it. You can lean on yourself. It's an independence, isn't it? It's a growing connection with yourself. That enlightenment, it's being in harmony with yourself. And this extraordinary, isn't it? This huge sort of mountain goat here. You are completely over. There is nothing for you to fear, Spirit is saying. It's coming back to that fear card at the beginning. There's nothing for you to fear within the progression that you're doing. You're making huge, reliable advancements for yourself. You are creating all obstacles within the place of you coming up in a way, and everything that we've talked about, all obstacles standing in your way will only seem very, very small if you also rely on yourself. You rely on what you've learned. You rely on your intuitive perception of life. You rely on the skills that you have amassed, accumulated. You rely on perceptions that you and you alone have. You trust that actually in moving forward sometimes, as I said, that, you know, in preparing for success, in not resisting fear. Because the mountain goat, my darling, this goat here, I think this is the goat that goes up the sides. There is a skill, there is a dexterity with which you do things. And the goat is saying, you know, have self-confidence within yourself about what you are doing at this time. So let's also just pull, I want to pull an affirmation deck for you before we wrap up. Thank you, Spirit. Look at that. That's beautiful that that's come out. I say yes to truth and peace. The universe always says yes to truth and peace. The universe says yes to everything. So you say yes to. Say yes to truth and peace. Be open. Just be so open to central truth, to truth that sets you free. Truth that may be difficult to hear sometimes, but it is the key to that harmony and peace and freedom in your life. I say yes to truth and peace. As I take on new challenges, I feel positive, calm, and confident. Be confident. Be confident in yourself, my darling. These are beautiful, beautiful cards. I think I'm going to wrap it up for you there. Maybe just one little tarot from the Mystical Tarot for you. Thank you. Just an overriding message, please. Thank you. What wishes to come out? You have got, my darling, oh my goodness, you've got the Three of Wands and you've got the Hermit that has come out for you, right? And you've also got the King of Swords, overriding energy. Okay, so this comes back to be careful about how you are speaking, how you are conversing with yourself and others. Sit within that space of saying, commanding, with faith and belief, practical movement, energetic movements forward for yourself. Create your next chapter through the power of your self-expression. Okay, that's a message that's come through. The Hermit card has come out for you as well. Now, you know that the Hermit card is about the inner wisdom. It is about taking time out from your life. It is about contemplation. It is about taking responsibility for one's own happiness. It is about reflection. And it is about release. And it is the time that we are given, the very powerful time. I am seeing a white bull in the background, which I've never seen before in this card. So this is a sacred space. If you are feeling at this time that there is a form, there is this feeling of not being where you were before, something's shifted, something's changed, it's just a bit quieter, you know, it's that hermit. We all recognize what the hermit is. Just know that you are there because the universe wants to spend time with you. Your soul wants to spend time with you. Your higher self wants to hang out with you. And it takes great courage to do that, because if we continue to be busy, we never actually get anywhere. We just go round and round and round in circles. And this is a really powerful card to appear in your reading for yourself. I feel that you have, I feel that you're almost energetically coming out of this hermit, because he's got up from the throne here, from his view of this horizon, this expanse, this sacred space, this view of the universe, the sea representing all there is. And he's got up and he's about to go down these steps. So I feel that this time has come to an end. There is a new moon here. There is a completion here. There is an eagle here. Maybe a message has come through from you, either has come in, has literally been come through your intuition, come through your inner learning, or you've had assistance from another messenger. But there is something that's got you, that's created the completion of this hermit mode. And it's almost like you've got this 3 of Wands, and you have already, my darling, made your decision about something, and you've already set that intention out. The universe has already responded with a yes. It's done. In another energetic dimension, it's already done. And I feel that it's happening. Something is happening much faster than you could actually begin to imagine. This wind is sort of coming towards her, which means the winds of change are bringing something towards her. And she's looking out at ships, and it is absolutely crystal clear and flat there. Do you see? So what I'm feeling, this is something that, and she's dressed up and ready for the arrival of something. So continue to prepare for success, my darling. If she didn't know then, there was no telephone call to say these ships were coming in. It was just a sense of arrival. And so in that sensing of the arrival of something, continue to prepare for it as it's already happened. She got dressed, she went out, and she was ready for it when it came in. So be ready for this, because there's something with the hermit. And there is a challenge. There is challenges. There's always challenges. But it's something with the yellow that is something that is, yellow is the sun, it is the sacral chakra, it's something that's so important to you, it's something that is of value to you, it's something that is of, it's honorable, and it's something that is, that kind of gets you with a spring in your step. It's kind of like that word vitality is coming through to my mind as well. So, where you are right now, you've made a decision. They're good decisions, okay? Follow through now, my darling. Do this law of preparation. Prepare for success, not failure. You know, be confident in yourself. Rely on what is happening, how the universe is supporting you at this time. Have confidence in your abilities. Have confidence also in the energy, in the momentum, in the desire that you've given out there. You know, if we're talking about a business venture here, and money is energy, you know, all forms of therefore all forms of energy that we expend are an investment. So thank you, Spirit. So be confident of the energy investment that you're giving into what it is that you're desiring. I'm going to have to go because my doggies are starting to woof, but I trust that has helped those who have resonated with this reading, and I look forward to doing another reading for you very soon. Well, actually tomorrow for the Daily Short Kisses, but I wanted to do this special one this evening. Take care, my darling. So much love. Bye bye.